Maybe you've never thought about a PhD. Maybe that's not something that seems up your alley or in your wheelhouse. But let me tell you, as someone that has experienced it firsthand, it can be one of the most transformative things that you can experience for your ministry and for your church. Before I became the director of the Ph.D. in Leadership Studies at Johnson University, I served in the church as a minister for over 24 years. I served in youth ministry and worship ministry, and most recently as a lead minister in a church in Southeast Texas. When I enrolled in the Ph.D. program, one of the questions I had before I applied was, why in the world would I want to get a Ph.D.? But I enrolled in the Ph.D. program at Johnson because I wanted to become a better leader. And I had a church that I wanted to serve to the best of my ability. And I wanted to grow in that ability. So I enrolled in the Ph.D. program, and what I found is that from the very beginning, every step of the way, I was able to apply what I was learning to my context, to my ministry, and to my church. From the very first course, I was learning theory and concepts about leadership that I'd never learned before. Each course seemed to have an assignment that I could pick the topic, and I would pick a topic that applied to my ministry, to my church. For the candidacy phase, I chose to focus my candidacy paper on discipleship. And my church took the framework of my paper and used it to design a new scorecard to measure the discipleship in our own church. For my dissertation, I chose to focus on spiritual formation and adult learning theory because I saw that something was lacking in our discipleship efforts. And through that experience, through that research, I was able to help develop programs and approaches to making more and better disciples. So when it was all said and done, I did become a better leader. I was personally transformed as a disciple of Jesus. I was transformed as a minister. I was able to give insights about leadership to my congregation. But my church itself benefited greatly from my experience. So maybe you're like me and you're saying, I don't know why I would ever do a PhD. But if you'd like to be a better leader, if you'd like to be a better minister, if you'd like to be transformed as a disciple of Jesus, and you'd like to help your church succeed in making more and better disciples, I encourage you to check out the PhD in Leadership Studies at Johnson University.